For my great I am presence, I call in the love light of the infinite creator. I call in my higher self, my great I am, and the higher selves of all those who will take part and witness this activation. I set the intention for a twin flame heart chakra wing release, allowing all those present to let the stories of what these words mean fall away, inviting all to center in the truth of their hearts. And inviting specifically those beings who have offered, namely the Andromedans and Blue Avians, those from Sirius B and Darius. I call on the intelligence of our chakras, specifically the heart wing chakra and the throat. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and in through your nose and out through your mouth, allowing your bodily innate to move as guided by its own intelligence. And I call on the connection, the remembering of the core of self, the crystalline core of self, and connecting in with the crystalline core of the earth, and the core of source, allowing gentle integration. Kukusua ekyoriako kokoriakia sonoko tukuruko yana ekya. So called in the presence of the Allah, this connection, or these connections. Your experience is your experience, even if it doesn't follow a particular guideline. Source is more creative than that. Now asking us to sit with our hands in presence and just breathe. And calling on Archangel Azrael, angel of death and rebirth, the release. They said the death of expectation. Thank you, beloved. asking, are you ready? Are you ready for love? Let go of the expectation. Ukurokyan sunokukusuran kusukuhyadokyan tukusukukyan. It's some sort of releasing of maybe some sort of badge of honor no longer serves. 555 on the timer. Cause you're a sky, full of stars. I don't care if I lose. Sovereignty now. It's ocean, it's ocean. So, releasing of false twins of red herrings, too much in the mind. If you're in a rush, you might be overlooking the subtlety. Well, yeah, subtlety too, flexibility, but the subtlety of the energy you actually deserve. It's heard Rider-Waite Tarot. Maybe someone's pulling cards while they listen. Kuna. Beckoning. If you're waiting for someone to give you cards because you've been told that they should never be brought, that they should be given to you, that's a tradition that I don't follow. I've brought all my decks. The draw to purchase those decks is the invitation. And remember that when you have cards and crystals and plants, animal friends, that it is a relationship. Thank you. Thank you to our guides, the unseen. Syrian frequency. Sage. So yeah, clearing other people's energy. eternal flame. As above, so below. Honoring the Great Spirit. Sovereignty now, sovereignty now, sovereignty now. You have to believe the imagine. Nothing can stand it. Our High Priestess activation. Whether you believe this is past lives or archetypical or both, it is energy. It is remembering there is nothing that I can do to you. It is your participation. I'm simply a mediator between that which you feel you have lost or forgotten and that which you perceive yourself to be. I would never impose otherwise. Releasing a fear and doubt. And calling on the activation of unseen mudras. That could be just the relaxing into your own expression of light language. It's not always with the voice. Mine started just with the hands. And it's been a long journey of trusting myself and practice. Practice isn't the final result, it's practice. It means we do, to learn, to remember, to understand. 333. Releasing hypervigilance. Is that right? There's a hypervigilance in the thought process. It comes from trauma. And it's okay. And it's a nice practice to see the best in new people, but it's probably best to observe and accept or reject people exactly as they are, because if you're projecting the best on them, they will let you down. Starseeds, earth angels, whatever, we're all human. 1441. We're all here. 444. Nekyo. Release valve. calcification, creating pressure. Mono hena, mono hena, moko no mono, mono hena, mono hena, koreatu ut, okotuk, okotuk. This is for listening closely. And closely means close to self. I've never thought of that before. Cool. Antoko kantoko karon lono koso lokya yako okonekyo okoreko siesana. Releasing evil eye, both the projection and the expectation of the projection. It's a vicious cycle. The point of wearing talismans such as the evil eye is not to be protected, it is to remember we are protected. Calling in guides to protect us is the acknowledgement of the protection that is provided. And again, they're saying the mediators. In whatever way, I say this a lot, the Spirit will come to you in a way that is most comfortable to you. Whatever frequency you need will come to you as who you're comfortable with. There are slight variations in angelic and dragon and all these true, but they all belong to the different rays. So if you're comfortable with angelics, then that's who will step forward for you to focus on. But all the archetypes within that ray will be present. He's so shy, but he never really caught my eye. That's not the lyrics. Tip of the iceberg. Oh, okay. So this crystal, there, I was viewing it from the top, which is not going to focus on there, yeah. And it's like a field of icebergs, it's like flying above. Snowy tundra. And they said this is how we view it. We view your experience. And that's why it's necessary for us to incarnate, to see the different layers, so that we have the experience of the different layers, so we can see it from different perspectives. Otherwise it's not helpful from the other dimensions. We've got to be incarnated in every dimension as a soul, as a species, as a archetype. They said to inhale the full experience. said, we will never turn our back on you. But we will step away, step back, parts of your experience if that's what you ask for, or if that's what you need to experience. In the process of cleaning up. So I'm sorry, there's going to be some noise because I have to turn my heater on. I'm working on the central governing system. I was asking them why they got me to wear this when it's so cold, and they said having bare shoulders is important. And I think the heating is an analogy as well. The central governing system, the central heating system. Meet me halfway. This is blue avian energy. Meet me halfway down at the borderline, and I'll wait for you. No kuna mami no mo na ki ono ko yana ni yana yana some of you might experience this as being quite subtle, but I know from experience working with other people that it hits later on. This can, they're saying 3 months this activation will be coming out in, and so there will be, just let me check if is this correct? Yeah, we need to be able to support and trust ourselves. So after activations, we draw in or draw ourselves into experiences that test what we're trying to step into, what we're trying to embody. And sometimes it's something that you've done knowingly in activation, and sometimes it's a soul calling, and you'll know, because if you're not stepping into that soul's calling, it's going to cause you pain, uncertainty, and the world starts falling apart around you. So either way, you're gonna have movement, right? Sirius B. Yo kyo kya kyo kya yo ya yo yo very much around the head. So what I'm experiencing is an ascended master, unidentified, just identifying themselves as an ascended master. They're saying Andaras. I'm not familiar. I don't know what Andaras is in my brain. But there's these colours, this orange and then the black down the middle. Andaras. They're saying a crystalline ascension master. They were holding my head and just pulling me up, so the clouds were just looking just above the clouds, so just above the clouds. Thank you. I was just saying sorry for interrupting, and they said, "Oh, it's alright, sweetie." Very warm, very beautiful. Grandmotherly, grandfatherly energy, so that we can feel what it's like to be supported. Pain in the heart now. Grandmother presence. Forgiveness. Hey now, don't dream it's over. You know they won't win. If you're feeling a bit like you're skipping, a bit fractured, fall into faith. Faith says, I am your shield, I protect you. If tomorrow don't ignore red flags in relationship. Otherwise it's you hurting you. Some people come into our lives for seasons. And once their reason for being present has been fulfilled, the relationship is diluted and they waft away. Where, if you're watching this, you're entering into an era of, you've had an era of learning balance in self, boundaries, strong boundaries, all that sort of thing, but now we're getting into an era of learning balance in relationship, learning boundaries in relationship without it being a war. They're very happy for us, they're very excited. Yeah, they're saying they're turning the page. Turning the page. You don't need to recite everything that you've been through to hypervigilant energy. You don't need that. You've learned what's on those pages. You've learned that quarter, the chapter, whatever, the phase of the story. It's a part of you now, so you can relax and trust yourself not to overreact, not to project, not to make claim where we have no right to make claim. And doesn't that feel good? Just letting it go off the back of the head and off the back. Death of expectation. How wonderful. And yes, the test will come. They're showing me the analogy of playing soccer. But it's fun, you know, you win some, you lose some, it's fun. Now I'm hearing love as a battlefield. It doesn't need to be. If you're in good relationship with yourself, which doesn't mean being perfect, it just means loving and supporting yourself. And there's no reason why the new relationships or the existing relationships that you have need to be the battle. You made me cry on camera. So they're still working, but we're winding down. Just integrating, especially around the back there, kind of like an energy massage around the back. We're doing a good job. All your parts, your mind, your ego, your soul, your bodily innate, your light and your shadow, you're all doing a good job. 444. You're awesome. If you need extra calming, or if you're in a situation where you're supposed to be, especially in class, where you're supposed to be paying attention, but you need to calm, just, I'm obviously not a born Trekkie, to either side of the ears, and just paying attention, but breathing into the heart. Taking a moment for yourself and receiving. I said heart mudra. I don't know what's a heart mudra. here to shake, round and roll. Well, shake, round and roll. So maybe just move, just shake it out. I love that they still communicate through music, it's fun. They, us, you know, whatever. The inner knowing. And if you're working with an empath and they need to calm, yawn. Fake a yawn, yawn, and they, unless they're extremely riled up, they will have no choice but to yawn, and yawning relaxes us. So excuse me. Rocking, rolling, riding out along the bay, all bound for morning town, many miles away. So this is inner child. Inner child's quite present, which is good, so thank you. Just asking if they're done. They said we are not done. Patience. You can revisit this if you've turned this on and you're actually busy or you're on a time schedule for some reason. It's probably self-sabotage. That's okay. And now you're aware of it, you can come back. When you're ready, you can come back. It has taken me hours to get ready. Well, today it's taken me hours to set up for this activation because I was procrastinating and self-sabotaging. It's okay. When we've inherited these patterns, every time we have a breakthrough, we're creating blueprints, gold prints in the collective consciousness, ready in a offering to the collective, to subconsciously to those souls who don't know how, who got so lost in this experience, in this matrix. The matrices, yes, it's not just one. But don't give in to fear. You are love, not fear. Fear is the illusion of the lack of love. So acknowledging the other twin flame, if you resonate with that, the other. Twin towers. Take my breath away. Against the ocean, to me say, my love. Just let go of all the stories. So difficult. We think it's like we'll cease to exist if let go of the stories. It won't. And I'm noticing that the masculine side is more exposed here than the feminine. It's okay. That might be internally, externally. Take what resonates in any time, space. Time-space continuum is accelerating in urgency due to an overlap of mundane tendencies. Releasing yourself from expectation will alleviate chakra overload. It is done. Thank you so much for your presence in this activation on my channel, but really your presence on earth. No matter the parts you play, how you judge yourself or how you are judged by other or how you judge other, thank you. You are an integral part of the chain. It's not a chain of binding, it's a chain of consciousness. Okay, so I'll leave you with a final thought, and it is: I meditate in whatever way feels most comfortable and natural. I am mentally at ease and fully connected to spirit. I allow myself and the freedom to quiet my mind and listen. Namaste. God in me sees the God in you. Kisses, darlings.